Phenomenal African Women UK. Ready to be inspired, celebrated, and empowered? Hey, it's the Afrodia Empower podcast, where we share our real and relatable experiences as young Black women connected to the African diaspora. Invite some friends and join the conversation with your hosts, Shernorva, Emmanuella, and Blessings. Hey guys, it's the Afrodia Empower podcast. I'm so excited to have you with us today. Oh my gosh, Christmas has just gone.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
New Year is coming. Get ready, 2021.
Of course, 2021 has to be good. Come on. It has to be.
Yes. So what we want to discuss with you today is what we're looking forward to in 2021. I am Shernorva and I'm here with
Blessings. Hey.
Emmanuella. Hi.
Yes, the Afrodia team. And yeah, we just really wanted to go into what we're looking forward to in 2021. So as we've already done in the previous podcast, listen back. We've spoken about 2020 and the interesting year it's been, but I think I am definitely looking up and looking forward for 2021 and stuff. The goals that I had before, some things were a little bit paused or delayed or changed around for 2020 because of how things change. But this year, I'm like, full steam ahead. Let's keep going. If I need to adapt, we move. It's one thing that I think 2020 has definitely taught us. Adapt, move.
Definitely adapt by force.
Yes. So what do you think, Blessings?
Yeah, definitely. Adapting is definitely important. And I think planning is important, even though many of us had goals this year of either going to a concert, and doing certain things.
Country.
And going to another country is hurting Shernorva, I can tell. It's really hurting. And yeah, but definitely have plans in place and have goals in place. And I think the first thing I'm going to choose to intentionally in 2021 is action over fear. And because I think a lot of us, fear can box us into not doing things. But when we choose action over fear, it's like I'm making a decision, regardless of how I feel, to be committed to these goals and to actually pursue them. And I think there's several factors that are involved in that. Like, you need accountability, you need to pencil it down, make sure it's a realistic goal and work towards it. And just do it. I think it's a kind of thing we set goals, but we don't actually do it. So I think it's a time of just do it. That's literally the Nike advert. What is the Nike slogan or something? Just do it.
Yeah.
I would say to anyone out there, if you have an idea, a business, or whatever you want to do or achieve, just do it and actually have a go. And I even heard someone say recently, like, they've done many things in life and there's some things that have failed, but they're proud that they actually did it, because they would have been sat there thinking, oh, I could have done this, or I could have done that, or I could have done this. So as you're making your plans and your goals this year, actually do it and actually pursue it and be committed to it. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I'm just going to quickly jump in there because I think particularly with the goals thing, there's a few different things I've learned about goal setting over the years and stuff. And adding on to what Blessings was just saying, first of all, please stop giving yourself 500 goals to achieve.
Oh my days.
Stop doing that. Like, it doesn't work. Yeah. Like, it really doesn't work. Even when you plan your day and you give yourself more than 3 things. Then you're stressed because, oh my gosh, I didn't get everything done. And be happy for yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I got one thing done. Yay on me. And it's the same thing with your yearly goals. Like, obviously, it's got to be bigger than what you would set for your day. But you set, let's say, three, maximum 3 big goals for the year. Like, whoa, this is big. You could do like different levels of big. You could do big, achievable, big, wow, I could achieve it, but it's going to be difficult. Big, this feels impossible, right? 3 goals. Then you write them down, then you work backwards and you split it up. Okay, all the way up to, okay, what do I need to do weekly? What do I need to do daily?
I like that.
And in those things, it's better to do a little bit every day. And then at the end of the year, I didn't completely reach the goal, but I'm a lot further ahead than if I'd done nothing, right? And then the last thing as well, one time I was doing this goal setting thing and it said something like count the cost. And it's something I'd never thought of. It was like, it was basically explaining that you need to actually think of the cost of being able to achieve your goal. Can you afford it? The time of being able to achieve your goal. Can you set aside the right time? Do you know the type of time that you need to be able to achieve that goal? Do you know the resources that you need? So like really go into detail and stuff. And I know people are, oh, you know, New Year's resolution, then we forget about it the month later. Don't watch videos where people are, oh, January, February, I forgot it. Watch people who are going for their goals and actually pushing forward. If you're a visual person, do a vision board. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, goal setting, I love everything to do with goal setting, because it just makes you feel, when you tick that thing off your list, oh my god,
yes,
it is so rewarding.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was gonna as Shernorva was talking and sharing about like how we should set goals, something that came into my mind is like, why do you write that specific goal down? Because I have a habit of writing goals just because it's like, oh, it's a good thing to do, like go to the gym, it's a good thing to do, you know, drink water, or, you know, read books more frequently is a good thing to do. But I just didn't know why I wanted to do it. So what's the purpose of it? So like 2 weeks into January, reading books where, drinking water where, going to the gym where, do you know what I mean? So what is the reason behind why you want to achieve those specific goals? Because it keeps you going. I think, for example, like revising for A levels and stuff, you knew that, okay, I want to achieve an A, or I want to achieve a B or an A star, and you have it like on your board, you can see the A or the A star, or like the uni that you want to go to.
Yeah.
So that kept you going back to that, kept you going, and you know, motivate you to go and sit down and read. But then if I just say, okay, I want to achieve a first, okay, but why? Why do you want to achieve a first? Why can't you just walk out with just a 2-2? What is the reason behind that? So and also having measurable goals. I kind of like it when it looks pretty at the top. It's like, okay, I want to save £800, or I want to save 1K. And it's just like, okay, so what are we measuring? So I think Shernorva spoke about it, like working backwards. You know, what can I do in a week? What can I do in a month? What can I do in a year? So yeah, it's really helpful tips, guys, that I'm going to listen back to this podcast and write some notes down. So yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I really liked what Emmanuella just said about when she said that she set goals, but she didn't really carry it out. And because of several things, obviously she didn't know why she was doing it. And all I had to do was go into my Penzu app and look at my phone. And I looked at my phone and I saw, take vitamins. I haven't done any of that this year. Enjoy exercise and be, I'm not joking, these are things I wrote. Enjoy exercise and be consistent. None of that. Read 10 books. I haven't read 10 books. I've read 2. So I'm just trying to say to you that because I didn't have a why, I didn't actually get to carry it out in the end. So what I would definitely say to someone is, just on the back of that, that's just an example of why you should have a why. And one thing that I actually have started doing quite recently is having just a small notebook, and I literally write my why, and also write 3 tasks to do every day, put a box next to it. It's not fancy, it's not like the prettiest, but I get stuff done. And just ticking off 3 things every single day. It can be 3 major things, 3 little things. Start by doing that, as that will build up habits that are really good. So yeah,
100% agree. And it's just, you know, when people say pressure makes diamonds, it's literally that. Because even with the example of school, you know that GCSE and A levels, the exams coming whether you're ready or not. You have to sit in that room whether you're ready or not. If you want to go and spend your time in the toilet wasting time, you will still get a grade at the end of that exam. So with that knowledge in your head, you know that whatever happens, I have to work here. So sometimes we have to create that pressure environment for ourselves. And knowing your why is important to keep you going and stuff in terms of doing your goals and your little goals and stuff. But sometimes you're like, okay, why am I doing this? I know I'm doing this. Now, give myself a deadline. Why am I doing this by this deadline? Who is this going to go out for? You need to literally put things in place. Sometimes I book things in with people and know that, okay, I have to get this thing done by here because I've already booked in to do this session with this person, for this reason. And if I don't get this ready, then I'm not going to be prepared for the session. Sometimes you have to literally put things in place have people keeping you accountable as well, people you trust. Please, it's not every person who needs to know what you're pushing forward and what you're pushing forward, because some people are really here to stab you in the back and to stab up your dreams, okay? Don't want to get violent with this, but some people really, they're just here to burst your bubble. They really want to see you fail. Oh my gosh, don't even start me with that. Bless you.
Have the
Don't
money?
even start me.
But
it's
Lola
the
did it and it
little
didn't
dream
work.
of you. Yeah. Or that,
Literally.
it's that little project of yours, that little thing that you started, even though it's growing, they continue to say that little thing that you started. Da, 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 da. I was gonna say something that, pardon? I was gonna say something as Shernorva was speaking. Often, like, people wait for that New Year's feeling. I know that was for me. I was like, okay, January 1st, after church is done, because I'm a Christian. After church is done, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sit down and write everything down. But you could really start the month before. You know, it doesn't. You can't just wait for one specific day to start. I think just starting, and even if like by January 15th you just is out the window, start again. Like continue, because to wait till November, the upcoming year, and to look back and you've not really accomplished anything, not because you didn't want to, but you just didn't put precise management, if that makes sense. So one thing that I really want to do this year is like look over my months. So at the end of January, what did we do? How much did we save? How much did we spend? Because
I do that
more time I just I get to like August and I have no money and it's summer and I'm just like, I just want to go out. I just want to, but you've not been saving. So yeah. What about your goals? Personal.
I would jump in with my goals, but I think even what you were just saying about money is so important because when you start going back over your finances, it really surprises you. And the thing is, you become more aware. The awareness makes you think, oh my gosh, like I know this month that I went a little bit all out with spending money when it comes to food. Like I was doing the absolute most. Why am I ordering something? I'm like, I'm celebrating for myself. Why are you celebrating twice in the week? There's no need to celebrate again. You've already celebrated.
Why are you coming for me?
Well, you already celebrated.
You're stepping on my neck. Like, get off my neck.
No, but guys, as we speak, I have my Zara basket that is full of. I'm not joking. That's why I really felt attacked in my chest.
No, that Black Friday, my God.
Oh gosh, Black Friday.
Yes. Even I like watching Patricia Bright. She brought out a fashion line, and I looked at some of those pieces. I was like, oh my gosh, these are some pieces that I could really wear. And then I looked at the cost of the pieces. It's not that I can't afford it, but I'm like, Shernorva, in the things that you want to do with your money, this big apartment that you want to have at some point in your life. I say some point. There's a specific goal, but I won't go into too much detail. But there's a goal that you've put. Do you think buying the dress right now when you know you don't have that extra disposable income this month because you spent it on shopping, do you think that's going to help you? Like I had to have like a real punch myself. But I honestly go and do spreadsheets of all your finances, whether you're making money because you have a business or because you're doing a job and stuff. Do spreadsheets. I have a spreadsheet of like what comes in terms of for work that I keep updated, but I will always go back and do a spreadsheet as well of every single month what went out. And I literally have it in categories. I have shopping.
Wow.
I have like shopping, going out and eating. I have things that went towards like family stuff, like the reasonings behind it. And when you calculate how much went that, because you're like, oh my gosh, I really had this amount come in. How can I have more leave the account in the month than came in?
Sorry, stop. I can't breathe. No, but you know when you were just talking about spreadsheets and stuff, I'm really trying to defend my Zara shopping basket at this point. But let me be honest, I actually have a Google Docs, well, it's like a Google Sheets, shall I say. And I put like from summer, I put like loads of things that I wanted. Like there were essential items that I just felt like, you know, I need to update my wardrobe a bit. Like I want this blazer, this like these pair of shoes, that kind of thing. Put it onto a spreadsheet.
Yes.
Calculate the total cost And then you can now save your money month by month. And guess what? You get to a point where you get to buy everything. You can even do fashion haul. You can you can do fashion show. Why can't you do that? So there you go. That's what I've been doing. And that's why my Zara basket is full. But still, I don't know, it's gone a bit far. I put things in there that weren't on the spreadsheet. So, oh gosh.
But I think as well, like, sales are good as long as you plan. I'm 100% with you, blessings. I have the same thing. I have a book with all this stuff written down, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got the vest that I wanted. I got this, and I was ticking things off, and I was very happy and everything. And even with this year as well, we know with the big C that we've had to change. You can't go into the shop and do quick buy-in. You know, you're walking in the shopping center, you end up going home with £100 worth of goods. You were really meant to go for £10. So you can't do that. You have to intentionally click the button when you're online on the store. But sometimes it's taken off your notifications. I had to take off my email notifications from some of the shopping places. I had to take off some of the apps on my phone and literally like take off the data and stuff so I wouldn't go and click on it just to scroll. You have to be really intentional and know your weaknesses as well. You need to know your weaknesses, because if not, you will jump in a hole and you'll be crying.
Shernorva's coming for me again, because I have the Zara app, the ASOS app, the H&M app,
the ASOS app.
I even have this app called I'll plug you guys, it's called ShopTager, when you can put like wish list items, and when it goes on sale or when there's a reduction in price, whether you put like your preference of when you want the price drop, it informs you, and boom, there you go. You just need to save up.
I need to get that, man.
Send me that app.
I will
ShopTager.
ShopTager. So ShopTager.
Sponsor us.
Okay.
Honestly.
I 100% agree. Even I have a cashback thing as well, that when I'm on a site, it pops up. I'll send you the link too. It pops up, and then that way you can get cashback when you go and do your order. It's like a free thing, but you like sign up for it and stuff to use it. And it's been great for me. Yeah, I will definitely send it to you. But one thing that I want to point out with all of this, we're not here to just we are here to comfort you guys a little bit and to comfort ourselves as well, because we want it to be, we really want to start afresh and anew from December. We want to start afresh, start anew. We don't have many days left in this year. 2021 is coming very, very soon, like really, really soon, like in a couple of days. But we know that we're moving forward. It's new mentality, new shift. Like, you have those big goals. Go and calculate how much some of those big goals will cost. Like, there's a holiday I would love to take my family on. I've literally calculated how much it will cost to do it the way that I'd like to do it. It's a lot of money. But at least I know how much it costs, so I can start to you know what I mean? You start putting it down, because sometimes we have big dreams and we don't actually know how much it will cost to do the sort of dreams that are more like the materialistic side, right? The buying stuff side. We don't know how much it's going to cost to get. You like this bag, but you don't know how much the bag costs. So when are you going to get the bag? You don't know how much it costs. You want the Chanel, the really nice Chanel bag. You don't know how much it costs. How much does it cost when it goes on sale? What time of year does it go on sale? Like, get prepared, get ready. Get ready.
I don't know this.
But don't buy the bag when you don't have the money. Do not buy the bag. Do not put it on a credit card, please. Especially as young people. Let's not hit our credit scores when we are literally just growing up and starting to move up and stuff. Like, credit is something that is gonna become very important. If you want that house, you want that car, and your credit score has disappeared.
Honestly, you're really still a child. Let it grow. Step by step.
And I would say, like, even in this conversation, another thing that is important with this new year coming up is that the big C is still here to stay. And I don't want to, oh gosh, that sounds horrible. It's still here. Like, we're still living in a world where it's still here. It's gonna take a few years. But that just means that we have to shift. Like, as we were saying earlier on, adapt. We have to shift. Don't change the goals that you had before because you now are like, oh my gosh, like, people, the things that people thought that they had to do, like, you had to have this meeting in person. Now everyone's doing everything online because you've been in lockdown, or you've been doing something else. You realize, actually, do we really need to go in person? Do we really need to buy all that food to put on the table when people can just do it at home and buy their own food and stuff? And we can save a lot of money as a company or as a brand or whatever it is. So don't stop doing your goals. Keep moving forward. But even in that process, please check in with yourself, check in with your friends, check in with your loved ones and stuff. If you're not feeling good, say something. I literally said to my mum recently, I was like, you know what, today I was just like, I was washing up some dishes and I was looking at myself and I was frustrated because I've been putting on weight recently and stuff, and I've been trying to be a little bit more intentional, but like the exercise thing wasn't working. And then I was like talking to myself and telling myself how fat I was, and like it was just getting like out of hand. And then like I was having a conversation with her. She was like, to be honest, for me, she said like I've never like looked at weight in that way. She said that she just tells herself, I'm gonna fluctuate. I have clothes for when I go up and I have clothes for when I go down.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and I'd never thought of it that way, because you know, people like, you know, you exercise to either lose the weight or you move up in size and you just like, oh my gosh, now I have to buy a new wardrobe and stay there and everything. But she's like, if you have the mentality of, okay, I'm gonna fluctuate and stuff, yes, I might need to make a couple of better choices, but things that are reasonable in terms of my lifestyle and what I want to do, and what I have the motivation for. And she said after that, yeah, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go down. It's okay. The dresses that you want to fit in, you might not fit in now, but you will be able to fit in them at some point. You keep moving.
Also with the weight thing as well, like just consider like if you are actually at a healthy weight, because if you are, then maybe you're worrying yourself for nothing. It was maybe you preferred yourself when you were a bit, I guess, smaller, and you're like, oh, you feel some type of way about that. But definitely if you're at your body is healthy, your heart is healthy, I don't think that's something to worry about. And it's something that definitely, like you said, talk to somebody about, like when you have those type of emotions, so you can get help from it, and that it doesn't end up getting into a cycle where it goes even worse. So yeah, definitely, especially like if COVID is still around, keeping safe and checking on people. Like we're saying that even though we need to talk to people, it's really nice if people reach out to you. Because it's like, you know, you always get that strong friend where they're always helping other people, but they don't really, there's no one really helping them. Like you make sure that you're also helping that, I guess, strong friend. Make sure that you're checking up on people, not because it's just a good thing to do, but because you actually care and you're actually being intentional about your friendships. So that's what I would say, check on people.
100%. And I think in that process as well, as you're checking up on others and everything, you check up some people, then you realize actually we're going in different paths of life. It's time to keep moving. It's you know, I still appreciate you, I still love you, I'll check in again in 6 months. Because you know, you have those friends who, when you check in, it's like no time has passed. You can still love them and appreciate them and check in with them in 6 months time. Like you can tell them in that time when you are checking them, be really intentional, tell them how much you love them, you appreciate them. We don't get to see each other all the time, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's keep moving. And literally, as we're talking about goals, my phone just popped up, tell me about a Just Eat notification. I need to delete that app? Don't I need to delete that? They really tell me £1.99 delivery, yeah? No.
Whoa. Don't do that to me, Shernorva. Do you know what I even saw earlier today? It said 50% off all pizzas. I said the devil's a liar. The devil is a liar. Because it was really tempting. It was very tempting. I was really thinking, is there really rice in the fridge? But there is. So I left.
Sometimes it's a £10 here, it's a £15 here. And then sometimes you go to pay for something that you've actually wanted. You're like, oh my gosh, can I spend this extra £10 to go and get it? Like buy a brand that you know will take time. Then you're like, I literally just went and spent that on food. If I had not spent that on that food, then I would have had that money to put it here.
For that coat that is going to last you 5 years, that long double-breasted Zara coat. Coming for Zara. Honestly, because I saw a coat, it was like it was from 110 to like what, 40. Do you know how much of a sale that is? Because I spent it on I was like, oh, that's a bit steep, but it's not. It's just because I couldn't, save.
It's true. We have to do our calculations, man. We got to do our calculations, and it's quality. We really have to, as we're growing older, and to all the young women listening at home, and even if you're older as well, we really have to be intentional about our finances. Not in a way that we're like choking ourselves, like, oh my God, I can't spend any money. But intentional enough that we're like, I want this thing, yes, it's okay. If I buy it from, let's say, H&M, for example, for £15, it's very beautiful there. But if I spend an extra £15, I'm actually going to get something a bit better quality here. So
There
let
you
me
go.
make the sacrifice. Let me see what's in the purse. Let's see what I have to be able to inject. Okay, this month I can't. Next month, or okay, maybe not next month because it might not still be there. But in a few weeks' time, let me see if I can make some leeway and then do the spending there.
Yeah.
I'm learning
But
so
even
much from you. Wow.
so much.
Oh, guys, I
As Shernorva will speak. Oh,
no, I was just saying, I love things with finance. Something that recently have really been on my mind and investing.
yeah.
When you hear people, sorry, Emmanuel, but when you hear
Oh
people saying,
no.
"Oh, I invested when I was 18, 19, and then when I was 30, the thing came back and it was 10 times." They invested £100 and stuff. They invested £50. They invested
Crazy.
£10 in these stocks, in these shares. It's the sort of thing that we should be looking at now,
Definitely.
because when we're 30, 40, 50, when you have that house, that's when that
Mm-hmm.
stuff is important. People who invested in Amazon in 1990 something or whatever, those shares are worth like 200, 300 something pounds for one share.
Really?
Yeah. So
Why
if
wasn't
you
I
bought it
alive?
back in the day for £20, and some things you're gonna lose money, it's just how it works.
Yeah, it's true. You
But there
buy it
are
when it's
things
low.
that exactly, and then you wait. You
Honestly.
wait. The prices of houses are always going to go up, you know? Like, even though the
Yeah.
country right now is in not a great place, our economy
Oof,
has to go up. Like,
by
it's not going to go
force.
down. Yeah, but it always happens. Like, do you remember the 2008 financial crisis? We were like,
I
oh
was
my
5.
God. Well,
Yeah.
at that time, people were like, oh my God, I wonder
Mm-hmm.
if we'll make it. And then look at where we
Yeah,
were,
it's
literally
really
in the
true.
best place we were with finances. And then this thing came.
Yeah, but just before,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually very true. As an
Yeah.
economist, I always love doing that. All I do
Come
is,
on.
yeah, as an economist, we were in a good period. We were in a boom in the economy, and then
Exactly.
boom,
Mm-hmm.
COVID came, and here we are
Mm-hmm.
in a recession. Great,
Mm-hmm.
But we always go back
Mm-hmm.
up. That's the thing. It's just how
honestly,
life
Yeah.
works. We will always go back up.
yeah. If the government decide to, let me keep quiet.
Go on there,
Yeah,
Manuela.
Manuela was gonna say something.
Oh, on the back of what Shinova said a couple of minutes ago, about checking on your friends. It's important to check on yourself as well.
Yeah.
Really, I need to implement that in my life personally. Just really check where you are, how you feel, what you've done, because sometimes you kind of forget in the busyness of life, especially with like uni, um,
100%.
Hmm.
and like school and businesses and stuff. You kind of just get into the rush of things. So you're here one second, you're another place another time. So really, really do check in with yourself. Find a way of de-stressing,
Yeah.
whether it's like coloring or like a face mask or watching a film. Find
Hmm.
what really suits you, because we can't really say what 2021 is going to be like.
Yeah.
So I think we should just equip ourselves with spaces, mental spaces and physical spaces, um, that can help us de-stress. So yeah.
I 100% agree. And I think even as we're finishing this year off and stuff, there are people who in 2020 made some of the most money or had some of the one of the most successful years in their career that they ever have.
Wow.
And it's really is about perspective. There are people who started businesses at the beginning of this year, and it just happened that this was the environment that was needed for their business to soar. There are people who, if you bought Zoom shares um like last year or the years before and stuff like that, this year your Zoom shares would have increased so much because of the amount of
Mm,
people who have been using Zoom. um so it really is about like the perspective that we look at it. And I 100% agree with you, Emanuela. This year it's been a one, but it's next year's coming. Next
mm,
year's coming, and let's stay focused, love ourselves, love those around us, um and keep moving. But it really is important. Let's keep moving. Let's not stay at a stalemate for a year, because you'll look
yeah.
back and you'll be frustrated with yourself. Doesn't mean that every
100%.
few seconds you need to be moving, 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 moving. But let's say, okay, let me give myself a few months. Let's go ham. Let's try some things. Let's calculate. We're young. Let's do some fun things as well. And put that money aside as well, so we can buy the stuff that we want to.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, so I think we will end it there. We're just going to quickly do like a quick recap, 3 things that you need to take away from this session. I hope you have enjoyed it. It has been a great conversation. So yeah, I will go on the first one. So the first one is obviously the big C has taken place this year. So please keep safe. Make sure you're looking after yourselves, your loved ones, keeping your health up, and obviously physically looking after yourself. And yeah, in that sense.
And the second
100%.
one is mental health. Seasonal depression is really real. So make sure that you check in with yourself and others. Just make sure that everyone, and including yourself, is okay. Yeah.
Lovely. And lastly, Shernorva?
Yeah, and lastly, we want you guys to remember that this experience and this time in history, and I'm saying history because I'm sure in like 10-15 years they're going to be looking back, like studying, well, what were the effects of the big C when in the essay questions. So this time in history is new for everyone. We're all trying to work it out. We're all trying to see what's going on, but do what is best for you. But be intentional about it. Do your calculations. Keep your eyes on your stuff, because at some point we're, as a whole nation and nations, countries, we're all going to be moving forward in terms of like economically and socially and all of that area and stuff. But position yourself so you're ready to go with it. And even before everyone else is moving up and moving forward into that area, just get ready so you can move up in your own time. Like, we don't have to wait for everything to jump up and everyone to be like, woo, for us to be moving forward. Let's move forward as young women right now.
Definitely.
Right
I
now.
love that.
But balance it out. Balance it out. Relax sometimes. Take a little bit of time. Buy the Just Eat. Buy the Just Eat week to celebrate. But don't buy it more than once. That's not in your financial plan. That's not in your financial plan.
But yeah. Thank you so much, Shernorva and Emmanuella. And of course, thank you, Blessings.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone, to our lovely guests for listening to today's podcast. I hope you have taken a lot of gems. I definitely have, and I'm going to implement this. So I will see you all next time, and bye.
Bye. And we just want to say a very big thank you as well for these last 6 podcast episodes that we've had with you all. This 2020 has been so amazing. We're so excited to be able to share with you from our experiences as young Black women, and also for those who are connected to the African diaspora. So please keep listening, share with your friends, join the conversation. We love to hear from you all as well, because these are conversations that are still going on, still happening. So we just really want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts, and we love you.
Oh, we love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.
We're really glad you joined us today. Check us out on Instagram, Afrodias, and comment on today's podcast post. Don't forget, be phenomenal.